Welcome to Onshape for Makers, where we are creating models to go to the shop. This part is not complex, but it's fun to do because it only requires 3 lines in one sketch to do the entire part. All the rest of it is done by Onshape using the standard features in the studio. The part is on loan to us from totaltoby.com/practice models. There's over 100 models over there, 20-something are free. The rest of them are in the premium subscription thing, which is a very cheap subscription for what you get. I encourage you to go over there and take a look. The neat part is they have a checksum when you build the part. You can tell whether or not your part is right by matching the numbers. Anyway, this is what we're building. What we're going to do is we're going to draw this line where the cursor is. Down here, the center line halfway around because it's symmetrical. And then we're going to do extrudes, we're going to do rounds, and we're going to do holes. The one interesting thing is this particular countersink is 3 millimeters inset from the surface, so we'll have to come up with a new plan because Onshape does not offer that in any of their tools, but if you combine tools, we can get there. So let's open up Onshape and get started. In Onshape, we are working in millimeters, so we will go to the hamburger menu, workspace units in millimeters. Mechanical properties would be in grams, green check mark to accept it. We will start a sketch on the front plane with a Shift S, N for normal. We will go to the line tool, and the offset we want to is this offset right here is 7 millimeters, and then the length of this part is 65 millimeters less the 7. When we start sketching, we will go to the line tool. We will draw a 7 millimeter line. We will draw a line that is 65 millimeters minus the 7 we've already drawn, and then we'll bump the end of it to get into arc mode and attach to the origin. The radius of that is 23. Escape to get out of drawing mode. Go into T for tangent. Select those two, and that is the entire sketch we need. Green check mark. I'm going to turn off all the planes so it will be easier to see. And I'm going to go to extrude, I'm going to go to a thin extrude, and each part of this model, the sides are 7 millimeters thick. So we'll put a 7 in that box, and we will select all 3 line segments, making sure that the line is symmetric. The width of the line is 60 according to the drawing, and we want this to be the outside and not the inside, so we will reverse it. Green check mark, and there is half of it right quick. We will re-enable the sketch, go back to extrude, go back to thin, retype 7, select only the 2 segments this time because we're doing the inside part. Go to symmetric. This one is 60 minus 2 times 7, since there's a 7 offset on both sides. And enter as an add, and we have our part. To get the rounds up here, we will go to fillet, full round. We will select this face, that face, and the top face. Shift enter will recycle the fillet command, and we can start on this, and that. Check mark, and that's the better part of it. All we lack are the holes. To do the holes, if you will notice, the holes have a counterbore that is 3 millimeters thick, and then it's got the and by 12 through, and the counterbore is 25. Now the countersink is also 25, but this little 3 here is what causes us all our problems, and we can deal with that by going to hole counter bore. The through hole size is 12. This is real important. You have to use a smaller through hole size or it just simply will not work, because the countersink won't countersink a hole that's already the right diameter. So we're going to 6, we're going through all, 25 millimeter radius and 3 deep. We're going to take the make connector and pick that tangent point, green check mark, and there's the inset for the countersink. We'll go back to the hole tool, pick up countersink. The countersink this time is 12 millimeters through hole, 25 by 90 degrees through all. Take the connector, and the connector, we're going to catch this surface in the center of the hole and click, and it will get confused, and you say scope is that part. Green check mark, and we have the part. We like one operation, we go to mirror, we mirror the part on the mirror plane of that with an add, and the part is complete. I'm going over here, right click, assign materials. Too Tall Toby has a library on Onshape, and it's also on the drawing what the mass properties are for ABS. Click check, go to mass property display, select the part, and the answer should be 133 grams. That's all it takes is 3 lines to make this part. Kind of a fun part. Thanks for joining us. Talk to y'all later.